Hey gang, how's everybody doing? Type in the chat here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm over here on a new Heil mic. I am on my laptop. Don't have my dual monitor set up yet, but we're getting there. Okay, good. Good. Let's do a roll call really quick. I'm going to jump in and see if anybody wants to jump on this call here. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can figure out where to post. Cool. Okay, everybody's saying they can hear me. Good. So let me see if I can say roll call. Come on, Chad. Who is on the Q&A? If you guys would just go ahead and type in the Facebook group here, just go ahead and answer that question for me so we can let everybody know that we got some stuff happening on this call right now. I'd appreciate it. While y'all are doing that, let me just do this. Share, copy, registration link. Hold on a minute. It's good for you guys to see this stuff go down, I think. That way you can see how fast we're able to maneuver with the programs we have. Whoops. Is that right? Hold on, chat nicely. Okay, let's try that. All right, there we go. Now let me just come over here really quick, and let's see if I can find this guy. Search. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Chat webinar. Okay, here it is right here. Live webinars. All right. Let me just go ahead and post that link there. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to send them to chadnicely.com/webinar. Pretty cool to see, right? So we'll just come over here and we'll say edit post. And I just keep updating that link there. Webinar. So you guys saw me change that right there live on the call inside of EasyLinks. Okay? So you can see how this works. So all these people are saying, I'm in. And now everybody's like, where's the link? Well, there's the link. chadnicely.com/webinar. Let's make sure it works. Okay, chadnicely.com/webinar. Took me to go to webinar. Perfect. That is the very best in EasyLinks. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so go ahead and type in the chat here, guys. Let me know that you're on the call. I'd appreciate it. Good. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and start out this way. I'm not going to get on the phone. I usually get on the phone too and try to round people up, but it's okay. We're all good. Let me make sure that we are recording. Is there anybody that would like to jump on the call? I see that we have a lot of members from our live event that we just did. Is there anybody that would like to speak up? So if you want to speak up, please raise your hand. We usually do this on all the Q&As. We usually post. We usually let you guys talk first, and you know, that way we can get that over with, and then we go on to some kind of reveal, and then I try to answer all the questions you guys have. So if you guys go ahead and put your hand up. I see Dan Quinn has his hand up, and Tiger Bill has his hand. Okay, cool. So let me come over here, and I'll go ahead and unmute Dan. Let's see, Dan, do you got a mic on? While you're getting your mic on, I'm going to come over here to Linda. Miss Linda. Hey, Linda.
Hi. Hi, Chad.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How's things going?
Well, I'm working in the, making up for the time away, so I have to work all these night shifts in order so that I had the time off to get to Vegas, but well worth it.
Yeah. Are you rocking now?
Well, I am. I started making some videos along the line of the way that we were taught when we were in Vegas. Even for my business, even though it's a different model, I'm still using the same layout that you used. And
right.
Yeah, I think it'll look a lot more professional, and it will send off good vibes for my meeting.
What was your big takeaway from Vegas?
The organization and the system. I love organization. So for me, having everything in a system, step by step. You know, when I first started looking for a mentor a few years ago, that was my problem. I needed, you know, either a handheld or a step-by-step direction, and this gave the step-by-step to anybody. You just have to follow the directions, and then you create whatever you want to create. So if you're creating your webinar, there's a system. If you create your course outline, it's a system, and all you have to do is just keep following the steps.
Yeah, we're pretty good at taking everything that we do and really trying to find a way to simplify it and systemize it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it just keeps improving. So when you just thought it was the easiest thing to do, boom, there's something else.
Yep.
It just continues blowing my mind every time. This is a completely different product than it was a year ago this time.
Yeah, it is. And so she saw it go down live, guys. I showed up the next day, and I said, hey, I had this really great idea in the shower. I mean, I kind of framed it a little bit differently, but that's okay. So I explained to the class the next day. I said, I had a really great idea, you know, when I was taking a shower this morning, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. And it made everything so much easier. Like, it allows you to just get your course loaded, like, instantly without any delay. So that's why I was going to reveal today. But yes, thank you so much, Linda, for jumping on the call and sharing your experience. And I'm glad you're rocking it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to keep on rocking it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep it simple and just follow the system.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think Tiger Bill had his hands up. Let's see what he's up to. What's up, Tiger?
Hey, how you doing, Chad?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good, good. I wish I could have made it to Vegas. I talking to some of the people who went, and sounds like I missed really some good stuff.
We changed some lives, baby. That's what we were out to do.
Cool, cool. Yeah, Chad. Well, first I wanted to thank you for getting that widget fixed. That EverLesson widget. It's great. I just changed that up today, and I just had a thought. I don't know if this might interest you guys or not. You know the banner section that we have?
No.
Banners.
Hey, you know what's so funny? Somebody asked me in the airport the other day, or a little while ago. They said, well, so what is it you do for a living? You know what? You know what I said? So usually I say, I'm in sales and marketing, or I convert leads over to buyers, or something like that, right? You know what I said the other day?
What?
I said, I'm a firefighter. All I do is put out fires.
Well, that's accurate.
It is, all day long. We just got fires here and there, and we just spend our time putting them out, and that's what keeps our customers happy.
Yeah, cool, cool.
So tell me about these banners.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, this is, I guess a lot of people have business similar to what I'm doing. They have third-party advertisers that want to advertise.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking that right now we have the banners, and they're mostly for us to put, you know, affiliate products in there and sell it that way. But what if we had an option to have a banner set up to monetize it for third-party companies, like somebody wants to buy ad space from you. Right. So, you know, you give the guy a banner, and we'd need, you know, it would take a little programming. We'd need to have, you know, some statistics, you know, impressions, clicks on the banner so the guy could see what he's paying for. But that might not be a bad idea to add another level of, you know, monetization to the banners, I was thinking.
Yeah, let me show you something that I still haven't got done. I got it queued. It's in the blue. Nobody's ever seen this before, but let me just see if I can show you really quick. So everything in purple is in development. Everything in blue is all future development. And as you can see, we had this whole entire, I got this whole entire banner monetization done, where you would show basically the same way as your recommended products, but you would have a whole entire banner library, and then you'd be able to show banners based on categories, tags, specific products they've purchased, or buyer behavior. So it would work the same exact way. So if you had somebody that you know, took a course, say, on email marketing, so they got in your course, it's called you know, Email Marketing University. Okay, so let's take that tag, let's assign it to that user, and so now they're tagged with email marketing, and you just so happen to have a banner for AWeber or ActiveCampaign, we could make that banner show based on that tag.
Cool.
It's kind of going the direction that you're talking about. You're just talking about the next level, which is allowing the banner space, and you can rent my space, or I could feature your offer over on my site, which is still where we're trying to get to. So if you have a email marketing course, and I do too, then you could recommend my product inside of your course based on those tags. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
We're going that direction. That's why we have this buyer behavior and the tags and the categories and everything else set up.
Great, great.
We're definitely heading that way.
That's cool. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, just one more thing. The VA guy that we were talking about, the VA, adding the password to the VA so we could access change their, update their passwords. I'm sorry?
I'm told that's fixed.
It wasn't when I tested it. It still didn't come up. There was no password available.
When did you test it?
I can't remember if it was yesterday or today. It was pretty soon.
I just archived that card this morning because it was marked in green. So if you look, this is how we kind of do things. So you can see that, let's see, I archived the thank you page in the option. We did that. The JVZoo login, reorganized titles on the CSV. I'm pretty sure, unless it's still over here, but I know it was in green. So it was one of the things that I put here. And I was told that it was done. But I didn't check it myself. I watched it live on a call. I watched him log in, because there was two things on the last call that we did. Was yours was the password thing, and then somebody else asked if we could go and change out the Powered by EverLesson logo and make this your own image. So as you can see, there's now a section called widget, and you can come over here and you can upload your own logo. So the two issues that we had on that call, I was told were taken care of.
Yeah, that was me. I brought up both of those.
Okay, so we got one, but I'm pretty sure we got the other one too. If you could just double check again.
Yeah, if you can give me 1 second. I'm trying to get into my membership. I'll click on it in 2 seconds.
Hey, Chad, you just scrolled by it. I saw it.
What?
Yeah, it's not. I'm in it. There's no access. The password's not even in there.
Okay, so he actually archived it himself. He said it was completed, waiting on Chad, and then Karthik went and archived this. So I'll ask him again tonight. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm in my VA. I'm clicking on the I for.
Okay, look at here. Look at here, Tiger, because they even have screenshots here, right? So if I open up this screenshot, I'm not real familiar with the inside of that layout. See where it says over here, change password? So there's that option.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. That's a different dashboard. Yeah, I'm used to going in through where it says.
So when the VA is logged in.
Where it says Manage VA on the dashboard. The green button, I click Manage VA.
Okay, and then here too. So this is.
And then it gives me a list, My VA.
Okay. Well, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Let me check with them again tonight, and I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right. Great. Is there a place I can see that, what you're showing there? Or?
Well, these are just the two screenshots that they've given me inside the card. So I'll find out for sure. I can see that they've done something. So let me see what they've done, and then I'll get back to you, because I haven't had a lot to do with that side of things, but I'll find out.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Chad.
Cool. Thanks for being on the call.
Yeah, anytime. Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's see who else we have. Who else is going to be on the call? And we haven't even started our Q&A part yet, guys. So let me see if I can undock this. Anybody else put their hands up if you want to talk? Let's see. Did I get everybody? Mark. Oh, Mark's hand was up. Now it went down. Now it's back up. Let's see if we can get him. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, Chad. How you doing?
Good, bud. How you doing?
Pretty good. I've got a couple questions. One of them got answered online, but my question is, I did a webinar, and I gave people access to one module, so I did the teaser, and no one bought. So I'm going back now, but because they're in the system, you know, they could click to my package, right? Because they only have access to one module out of 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as I'm going back and trying to sell those people now that they've had access for 5 days, and upsell them to buy the product, what's the best way to do that? Because I mean, and it's kind of a two-part question. What's the best way to do that for the people that were on the webinar and actually have access now to the one module? And I'm going back, I just am getting ready to do another webinar, but I'm not sure. Well, let me back up. Let me just ask that first question. What's the best way to point them to sell if they already have access?
Best way to point them. Okay, so you did a free preview, and your free preview was tied to a package?
Oh, that's a good question. I need to get in the system. It should have been.
A free preview doesn't have to be tied to a package. It just opens less.
But what I did, Chad, because this was before the call 2 weeks ago where you showed me how to do the free package, I actually gave them access to one of the pieces of the package. And so I created I'm getting into my membership now. I created a special bonus package that had everything from the webinar and a couple other things, and I gave them access to that.
Okay, so when you signed up for that, they actually joined the package.
Right, correct.
Okay,
and so
go ahead.
And so they can click and see that the package should cost $290, and I want to go back and say, hey, now that you've seen the value, why don't you upgrade, and buy the package for the $290? But I'm trying to figure out the best way, if they already have access to the system, for me to appropriately sell them.
Okay, well, since we don't have I mean, look, you can broadcast in here, but we don't have our follow-up set up just yet. But you are able. Do you have an autoresponder?
Right now, I'm using Infusionsoft.
Oh wow.
And I'm planning to get rid of it, but I don't have a separate autoresponder now.
Okay, because you are able to go and export out all your leads for that package. So you can see I chose my membership, I chose my product, and then I can even break down my package too, and I can pull up the leads just for that one purchase or whatever, or even if it's free, like it'll tell you that you gave it away.
Right, right.
And so you're able to get your leads out of here, and you're able to go and export them, wherever you want in a CSV, and then you can put them wherever you want, and you can do follow-ups that way. Actually, this is how you would export them, right?
Right, right. But my question's more technical, and I understand that, and I can use Infusionsoft to do that. But the question is, if they already have access, is the best thing for me to do to tell them to go into the system and pick the package?
No, they won't pick a package. Like, you should be able, if you gave them, look, so if I log in here, so let's just go into like your guys' portal, okay? So I do this all the time with you guys. I'll go and I'll add a webinar in here or whatever. So if we go look at this, you'll see that I'm always just giving you guys stuff.
Right.
And so what happens is these are all individual packages, okay? And so in order for you to be able to access all these things, you would need to come over here. So they should be able to log in here and see your package.
Right, and tell them to click on the I.
Right. No, wait, no, because they won't. That's your portal.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's you. You're the only one that sees it. So you're going to give them this link right here and tell them go log in. Does that make sense?
Right.
And if they haven't, they can come over here and register if you have this all set up.
Well,
So I guess I'm a little confused.
These are all people that have registered, Chad, and have accessed the one piece of the package.
Okay.
And
so they
I'm
have gone in there, they've seen your package, and now you want to get them back in there?
And now I want them to buy it because they're seeing the piece that they have access to, and they can click and see that the upgrade's $290.
Okay. Do you have a link? Do you have a link you can give me where I can open that up?
Yeah. Let's.
I mean, you basically showed them this package before you got on the webinar, right?
Actually, that was part of the bonus for the webinar, was to give them access to one piece of the package.
Okay, yeah, if you could show me, maybe I can understand a little bit better, because it's kind of out of the box what you're doing here, so I just want to understand.
Right, because I didn't, it was before we did the webinar where you had the free, you talked about how to give people access for free.
What did you use for a webinar platform?
I have Zoom.
Okay, the Zoom, see, I don't like Zoom. I think it's too expensive. I don't like it at all. It's too out of the box. It's not what people are used to, so I don't change it. But does Zoom keep track of the people that attended your webinar?
Yes, they do.
Does it keep track of all your attendees?
Yes, it does, and it shows drop-off, participation rates and all that.
The best thing you can do. What was the price on your course?
$290.
$297?
No, $290.
$290.
Yeah, I dropped to $7.
The best thing you can do is send out a survey to everybody, whether or not they attended or not. If you don't have a replay sequence going on right now, send out a survey. What'd you think of the webinar? Was it actionable? What'd you think of the host? Was it too long? Why didn't you buy?
Okay.
That's the best thing you can do, and then give them a gift after they fill out that survey. That's how we convert all of our people over to buyers, because they'll tell us. They'll be like, oh, I had to go pick up my daughter, whatever, I didn't get to the pitch or whatever. Like, they'll tell you, and so then you're able to deal with the objections. Matter of fact, usually at the end of the webinar, if they haven't bought yet, because usually somebody's waiting for you to talk them into it, they're close, but they just need to have that extra nudge. If somebody hasn't bought, I'll put them in a survey. I'll say, guys, do me a favor, fill this out since you're still here on the call, and that way I can make my next webinar even better. And what happens is they'll tell you all the objections, and then we'll take all of those survey responses and we'll take all the questions that are coming in, because you said you're getting ready to do another webinar, and we'll make sure that we cover all those objections on the next webinar.
That makes sense.
If you want, Mark, because I'm kind of having a hard time seeing your process and I'm not exactly understanding it, and this goes out to everybody. I don't necessarily want you guys pitching in the group. I don't want you guys dropping sales pages or anything else. But if you guys are getting ready to do a webinar, like Paula did one last night, I said, post a link. Let's go see how you do, and I'll give you feedback. By all means, say, guys, I'm getting ready to launch my webinar. Do me a favor. Log on, give me some support, get me pumped up, and in return, if you tag me to it, if I can't jump on there, I'll go through, and I'll at least watch a replay, and I'll figure out where it broke.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate that, Chad.
Let me just ask this really quick. So you had a course, yes?
Yes.
Okay, what went with your course?
In the course, there's 8 modules. It's teaching people how to find, professionals how to find a job.
What else did you offer with the course?
With the course, they're also getting a weekly Q&A call.
Okay.
20-minute teachable topic, then live Q&A, and I'm also doing a Slack group on the back end.
Oh, they're doing what?
A Slack group. So like a private, because some of these people are employed, Facebook is not the best, and so I'm using Slack for collaboration.
Okay, and did you do a stack?
I did, but I don't think I did it very effectively.
Okay, post the replay and tag me to it, and I'll give you some feedback.
Okay.
Because I'll fast forward past, you know, your reveals and everything else, and I'll go to your close and your build up, and I'll be able to tell you what you can do differently. Did anybody say anything on the call?
There was interest, and you know, there were questions, there was Q&A, and so, you know, there was interaction, and but there wasn't any purchase.
Okay, well, we just got to figure it out. And unfortunately, if we didn't put them in a survey, we don't know what the problem is. See, we can sit here and speculate all day, but until we know what the problem is, we don't know how to go forward with our next one. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So I should delay that and send out a survey and ask about me as the host, the materials, were they understandable? Was it
absolutely, absolutely. Matter of fact, in the past, just so you guys know that I'm not full of crap, I used our old system. Let me see if I can get in there, and I'll show you how we used to do this and some of the interesting information that we used to get from this. So let me see if I can get in here. I mean, Survey has now replaced this tool, but for years, this is what I used. And so if you look here, you can see webinar feedback. So let me just go ahead and open this up here just so you can kind of see what this looked like. Okay, so this is for Membership Mastery. Please tell me what you thought. Okay, how was the overall length of the webinar? What did you think of the content? What's your main reason for attending this webinar, right? So I go in perfect, full of value, right? So I go over here, and then I go to the next one. Will you attend the next session? Yes. Are you going to actually follow the steps? No. Next step. What is your favorite webinar host? Brendan. I'll just say Dr. Ben. Okay. And then next step. Let's see. Do you have any extra comments for us? Anything we can do to make this better presentation in the future? Nope. How would you rate the presentation? Okay. And then submit. And then that's it. So you can see how that provided me with really valuable information, right?
Yep.
So if I come over here to my statistics, it's amazing the information that I would receive from this. And so we're able to do the same thing with Survey now. But if I come over here to, well, here's Jimena's webinar, right? So this is when you guys are kind of seeing some behind the scenes stuff now. So out of 64 people that saw it, 41 people submitted their entries. So same questions. What did you think of the overall content of the webinar? I learned quite a bit I didn't know. Okay, that tells me my content's good. What did you think of the overall webinar, the overall length? I thought it was about right. Okay, we know it's not too long, right? And you can see another 20% said, I wish you would have kept going. That was a 2.5-hour webinar, right? How well did you understand the opportunity you have? I get the whole thing, 53%. 21% says I'm absolutely pumped up. Okay, tells me we're right on track with where we need to be. What was your biggest takeaway for this webinar? So if we go and look at this here, we can see all the answers that they've said, right? You did a great job, Jimena. Change the profile, how important LinkedIn could change your business, work with experts. Like, we got a lot of valuable information here. Okay, and this is only with 60 people, right? And now look at the big question. What was your main reason for not purchasing Lead Gen Mastery? The asking price is too high for me, 60%. Okay, now if the asking price is too high, that tells me we did not do a good enough job justifying the value. We followed it up with a payment plan and we killed it. And then I'll ask one final question over here. Tell us what we can do better in the future. And everybody pretty much said there's not much you can do. Right?
Okay.
So you see how you're able to get just amazing information from this. I'll even, a lot of times if I'm not in a rush, it seems like I've been in a rush lately, I'll even go and put out a survey before, I'll do it before the class. So here you can see we had 581 visitors. This was on my webinar. If I go through, how was the overall length? 66% perfect, a little long, okay, good, I'm good there. What did you think of the content? Boom, 83%, full of value, good. What was your main reason for attending? I wanted to know about the product, okay, 76%. Will you attend the next session? Yes, 95%. Are you actually going to follow the steps? Yes, 93%. So far, knocking it out of the park. Who's your favorite webinar host? Matter of fact, that was kind of interesting. That's just a fun little pattern interrupt question. And so what I'm able to do is I'm able to take these answers and I'm able to actually use it in other videos to get other people to like join my webinars and stuff, because it's really cool when they're like putting you beside like Brendan Bouchard and things like that. Do you see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a good question to ask. Do you have any extra comments for us? Anything we need to make do better? So there's 234 people that answered here. And then how would you rate the presentation? And you can see that everybody was ecstatic. 70% were here, 20% were here. Can you kind of see how that guides me with how I'm doing on my webinar?
Yep, makes perfect sense.
It's very important. So you said you had a Q&A, which means you had people hanging around, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Most of the people stayed till the end. They saw the demonstration, they saw the value stack. But I after the fact, I've changed, well, there's a lot of things that went into it, Chad, but in hindsight, I don't think I did a good job in the selling piece. I was talking features, not value.
Okay, I think you did a great job because, number one, you got it over with. So congratulations, because you're doing a lot more than anybody else is doing.
Right.
That's the first thing. And now you have something to gauge, you have something to improve because you went out there and you did it. Like, that's the most important thing, right?
Right. I did it, and there was interest, and now it's send out a survey, take a breath, and look at how I'm going to do it, share that with you, tag you to it, and let you take a look at it.
Please. And I have a feeling, and I don't even know what your course is about or anything else, I have a feeling, just based off our conversation that we're having here, I'll bet you revealed too much.
Yeah, I probably did.
I'll bet you gave them the answer. They loved you. They loved your content. But at the end of the day, they said, you know what? I got enough that I can do it on my own. I don't need to buy his product.
It could be, yeah.
That's my guess. I haven't even seen it yet. Don't even know what it's about.
Yep.
So tag me to it. I'll definitely give you some feedback because this is the direction I want you guys to go. I want you guys creating your webinars and out there crushing it with it, and I'll be able to pinpoint it right away.
Okay. Thanks, Chad.
Cool?
Yep,
Thank you so much. Appreciate being here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right. Cool. That was awesome, guys. That's the kind of conversation I like to have. How many people got a lot of value out of that just now? Say yes or no. Did y'all get some value out of that? Look, when you see me doing something, guys, when you see me giving away something for free, when you see me dropping a link at the end of a webinar, when you see me doing something, there's an angle there. There's a reason why we do what we do. Can you see how the information that I was able to get off Jimena's webinar, the information I was able to get off, I mean, I've done this for so long, guys. I would just go and clone this thing over and over and over and over and over, and I'd have the same Ignite webinar feedback. Like I've been doing it for a very long time before we even went and created this system. If I look at this one, let's see what this one is. Rebrand Masterclass. Let me see what this one is. Rebrand Masterclass. Okay, 150 visitors. Let's look at the questions I asked. How was the overall length of the webinar? What did you think of the content? Full of value. How would you rate the presentation? Happy. What was your main reason for attending this webinar? I wanted to know about the product. I like hearing Chad. I love seeing demonstrations, right? What was your main takeaway, right? Yes, so you can see we get a ton of value, ton of feedback from this, guys, and we're able to really bulletproof our webinars. So look, when you do a webinar, and we talked about this in Vegas, people will hang around that webinar. They will not leave. They will be there for hours if you keep talking. Put them into a survey. You're not going to hurt yourselves at all. You're going to get a lot of information to where you can go bulletproof on your next webinar. Okay? All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Shrita, I see you on the call. I want to see if you got anything to say. You got a mic? Shrita was our voice at our event. I want to see if she puts her hands up and if she wants to talk on the call. Let's see if she says anything. And if not, I'll go on to the reveal. No, I don't see her hand yet. Okay, we'll see if it pops up. Okay, cool. So here's what I've been doing. You guys know that the minute this event concluded, we got hit with a big, just a horrific catastrophe here in Vegas. It was kind of sad, and even though it was sad and Vegas is still mourning and there's still it's sad times around here. I'm in Vegas right now. I felt extremely grateful when I saw the roll call inside of our group, and I felt very grateful that some of our members were trying to fly home that night, some were flying out the next day. How close the airport is to where that massacre took place, I felt very, very grateful knowing that all of our members were safe, that I was safe and sound, that Jimena was safe and sound, that my kids were safe and sound at home. You know, even though my heart bled for the people that have lost their moms and their husbands and their wives and everything else, I also chose to feel grateful that our community was not harmed. So with that being said, it was very, very easy to get off track when all those things happened. And just like you saw when I started this call, guys, I'm no BS. You can look, I'm 52 minutes into this video this morning. I've been taking it in all morning. Took it in at the gym, been taking it in, well, we didn't do the gym today, but I took it in the gym yesterday. I've been taking it in all day. I got my headphones here. And, you know, I chose to really focus on these things when all that hurt hit, and I refuse to watch any of the video footage because people really want to resort to negative, and they want to have those negative pictures in their mind, and people want to be hurt, and they want to put themselves in that position, when the truth is, I can't change the events that have taken place. Do you agree? I can't turn back time and stop that crazy maniac from taking out a window and killing, you know, 59 people or however many it is. I can't. I have no control over that, and there's somebody, there's a being, there's a power a lot bigger than me that has control over, you know, whatever his plans are, right? So I don't have control, but the control I do have is I can control how I choose to deal with it, how I choose to think about it, and where my mind needs to be. Something like that could have totally taken me off track for weeks or months, right? And I'm watching people on Facebook, and I'm watching some dear friends and everything, and they're still mourning over it, and they're still talking about it. Well, they choose to saturate themselves with that right now. I choose to pray and say, God, you know, you got this. This is all yours. Please give me the strength, dedication, motivation, desire, and intention today to do the best job I can with the things that I'm able to control. Does that make sense? And so when I got back here, first of all, I've been trying to push the members that were at that event to be to keep moving forward and not focus on the things that happen right here in our backyard. When I got back here, I went back to work. And so one of the things I've been doing, guys, is I've been going through and I have been doing exactly what I taught our members over that event. And I've been using Camtasia, and I've been knocking out my videos, and I've been you know, exporting the file as a zip and everything that they learned to do at that event. It was a very, very powerful event, and as Linda said, very, very systemized, and there's a process for everything. And so as you go through the wizard, you're going to come over here. You won't see this. It's very, very unique what we've done. I have a unique identification number there. And the reason why is if I ever need to change out this video, I can change out the video, change it in our library, and then it's going to automatically update right here in this area because it says, okay, this button is linked to this video ID number, right? So you guys won't see that number, but that's how I know what number to assign to the video. So as you're going through the wizard, you're going to see that I've got short little videos that are about 1 minute to 2 minutes in length, and they walk you through the whole entire process of that area of the wizard. Does that make sense? So throughout your whole wizard, guys, let me just come over here really quick and let me open this up because, look, I'll tell you what. For an EverLesson event, let's see, I'll bet we spent maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half inside of EverLesson. All we did was played with the wizard. That's it. That's all we did. We spent the whole entire event researching things, making sure things were profitable, coming out with our outline, building our webinar, working on our branding, working on our offers, and then the very last day, we opened up EverLesson and we imported all that into the wizard and we were done. There was no tinkering around with EverLesson at all. So look, this is my challenge to everybody on this call. Can I get everybody to agree to this challenge? Type in the chat here and let me know if you agree. Say I agree. I agree, because it's a very, very easy challenge for you. Okay? So everybody's coming on the call. They're all saying they agree. Okay, good. Here's what I want you to do. Okay? First of all, I showed you how to research if something was profitable. All right? All we got to do is go over to Udemy and research and find out if something's profitable or if we're going to be swimming in blue waters. So we learned exactly what it meant to swim in blue waters. We had one member at this event, and he was putting together a training for people who are looking to, they have like inventions, right? So he has a $5,000 training he's putting together. That's his offer. He's kind of swimming in blue waters. That's not a very common topic. That's not a very common marketplace. It doesn't mean it's not profitable. It just means you're not going to find a lot out there that you can simply be inspired with, right, and kind of redo the outlines. But for most of you, you're not going to be swimming in blue waters. You are going to be in a marketplace that is high in demand. And so with that, you're able to go and create your course outline. Now, if you haven't done this, inside of your portal, I believe right here where it says planning out your online course, if I log in here, let me just see if I can. So this is what you would see, and the link for this is inside the Facebook group, inside the information area, right? But if I log in here, see if that works. Cool. You'll see that one of these courses that I did for you is called Planning Out Your Online Course. So if you open this up, watch this webinar, right? Watch this webinar right here, because I went through the whole entire process of basically building out your outline, right? So if you haven't done that, make sure you watch that, okay? And that's going to show you exactly how to create your outline, because look, once you have your outline created, guys, you're going to pull it into your worksheet, and that's what I'm going to show you here in just a minute. Once you have it into your worksheet, all we have to have, guys, is 3 weeks worth of data, right? We have 3 weeks worth of content. That's enough to go out there and actually deliver our product and find out if we can sell it. Then what I want you to do is I want you to focus on your webinar. Focus on your webinar and your offer, okay? I know we didn't get into offers like we did at the High Ticket Masterclass, but I'm kind of going to save that just for the High Ticket Masterclass. So focus on your webinar, right? And then once you put your webinar together, and we've done a lot of trainings on this, and now I'm going to invite you guys to go ahead and post links to your webinars, but once you put your webinar together, then you sell your course. Well, guess what? Now you have 3 weeks before you have to go and create more content, right? So you get out there, you run your webinar, and you get, say, 2 sales for $997. Let me ask you something. Yes or no? Are you guys going to be motivated to get another 3 weeks done? Yes or no? And do you have to go, if you have 12 weeks, do you have to do all 9 at once? No. You need to do another 3 weeks. You just need to stay ahead. If you were a go-getter, could you go out there, if you really wanted to test this, and do a week's worth of content? So you got 7 days. Set that up on a drip feed for 7 days inside of EverLesson. Go out there, run your webinar, and if you find out it bombs, make some tweaks. Ask Chad nicely, hey, what did I do wrong? I'll give you feedback. Go out there and run it again. Go out there and run it again. Go out there and run it again. If it doesn't work, guess what? Okay, you're out a week. Big deal, right? But if it does work and you go out there and you sell 3 courses for $997, hey, let's take this 1 week's worth. Let's put some more thought into this. Let's go out there and let's do another 6 weeks worth, right? Here's the thing. Can you guys see advantages as to why you don't want to create everything at once? In addition to your time, in addition to testing out the offer, do you see some other advantages as to why you don't want to do everything at once? Type in the chat here. Let me know what it is. What else might it be, guys? Here's the thing. We go out there, nobody's typing in the chat. Make money sooner? Yes, make money sooner. So you can tweak before you do all of the content. Exactly. Yes, and Agnes says motivation. Yes, so you're definitely going to be motivated if you don't do your whole entire course. You get out there, you focus on your webinar, you go make some sales. Oh yeah, now you're motivated, baby. But check this out. Right? If we only do, I'm going to say 2 weeks worth, right? Because things could happen. You could get sick. You could lose your voice, right? If we just do 2 weeks worth of content, guys, guess what? You get these 3 people in your course. By the way, what is that? That's $3,000. Not bad. You get 3 people in your course. They're going to go through week number 1. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go ahead and submit some questions to you. They're going to be confused, right? Or something's not going to flow smooth. So aren't you glad that you didn't go and do 12 weeks worth of content and have to redo everything? Do you see how you're able to do maybe 1 week, 2 weeks at a time? You stay ahead of the group, and then you have a perfect course that they're happy with, that they can take action with, and it flows smooth. How many people are liking this whole process? Type in the chat here. Give me some hearts. Give me some love. Give me something if you guys are liking the way that our course creation is going with EverLesson. You guys liking it? It's easy. It's easy, isn't it? We took out all the complications. We took out all the work, guys, right? We go out there. Let's test this sucker and find out if it's profitable first. So where do we focus? We focus on our webinar. Right? And yes, Rana's saying put out a survey to your customers. Yes, we actually have a survey inside of our system. So after they buy, there's a link that goes out. There's an email that goes out. Hey, I just want to see what you think of Course Immersion or whatever. If you do me a favor, click on this link down below. Take this survey. We want to make sure that we can help you with future lessons, right? So then they complete the survey, and then you find out exactly what they think of your course. Does that make sense? Good. I saw a post this morning in the group, guys. Let me just come over here really quick. It was by my good friend Stuart. So Stuart's been tied up with his military over there in Singapore, and he was gone for about 4 or 5 months, and I saw him make a post this morning. I thought it was pretty awesome. He says, seriously, guys, if you fail to follow Chad step by step for building a course, I can see how you might get entangled in something really hairy. I'm very close to completion on my own in 3 days compared to needing to have a team of people, but I can see how I might get paid a handsome sum as a course development consultant to manage other recordings, stitch on their courses and other stuff. I might just create another course on that, LOL. Yes, and this is what I hit on at the event. I said, look, everything that we're doing, from the market research to creating the outline to laying out the videos to shooting the videos to creating your worksheet to actually creating the webinar to having all the webinar sign-up pages to loading your course inside of EverLesson, do you guys see how you can go out there as a license holder and get paid a lot of money to do this? How many people can think of somebody right now? Type in the chat if you can think of somebody right now who has a need for everything I just listed. Think about everybody out there on YouTube, all the blogcasters, all the podcasters, all the people that go to these personal development events. They get up on stage and everything. I learned this when I was in LA speaking on stage, and I was meeting people that were very, very high profile that had like millions and millions of Instagram followers and all this other stuff, and they all came to me and they said, well, you're the big marketing guy. Can you tell me how I might monetize what I'm doing? Like, I got millions of followers, but I don't know how to make money off them, right? They don't know the processes. They don't know how to put together a webinar. They don't know how to put together offers. They don't know how to put together courses. They don't know how to do any of the things that you're able to do, right? As an agency holder, you have so much value to offer, okay? So, look, I feel like we provided a lot of value already, but is there any questions as far as what we're doing here? Does everybody understand the process of what we're doing, yes or no? Do you understand what I said here? I mean, I'm really trying to simplify it, and I see a lot of questions coming in. If you guys have questions for me, please type it in now, and I'll go through the chat before we conclude. But Ray says, just a quick note here from Ray, I would like some more help to understand more about headlines. That was my massive head block in Vegas. Yes, and it takes a lot of practice. Hey, Ray, do you want to jump on the call really quick and talk about your experience in Vegas? Because you weren't on the call when I asked that. Are you up to that? What's up, buddy?
Hey, Chad.
What's happening?
No, just Yeah, making a lot more headway now since I was able to get on the plane and decompress a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, the headlines is what kicked my butt, man. The whole time I was there, I was trying to. It just, I didn't have a very clear idea of what I wanted the course to be about. And since I had some downtime and was able to process, I've come just strides mainly today.
Yes.
But getting the headlines, the good converting headline, and breaking it down in the forms like you do, that's where I was hoping to, not on the call, but, something that I could study or just whatever, just to try to understand it better, I guess.
It takes a lot of practice.
Sure.
It takes a lot of practice. Look, everybody's about me, me, me.
Okay.
Which means we have to deliver me, me, me. Nobody wants to work. Do you agree?
I agree.
Nobody wants to work. So you have to be careful with the words you use. So words like university, college, learn, all these words here, class, right? We have master class. Well, when you think of class, what do you think of? You think of work. Do you understand?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the things I pointed out, if it sounds like the title of a book,
right,
it's a bad headline, right?
Okay.
So what was one of the things that you said that I said that sounds like the title of a book?
I totally don't know. My computer's at home with my notes. But I know what you mean by the title of a book.
Yeah, something like you have to have leads to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
See, and so we were coming up with headlines like that. That was the big reveal, right? Something like you have to have leads to survive, or getting past the gatekeeper is key in Ray's case with what he was creating, right? Getting past the gatekeeper is key. And I'm like, does that sound like the title of a book? If it does, then it's not going to work.
Right.
Also understand, people want something that they can apply right away. And when I say right away, it could be after the call, it can be tonight, it can be tomorrow, but it needs to be in the near future. Nobody wants to go through 6 weeks of courses, right? They also want it to be something that's easy to consume. And this is where the whole 3 steps comes in, 1 simple strategy, all these kind of things right here, these really, really simplify things. So if you're planning on going out there and giving away a course for lead gen that consists of 16 modules or whatever, my question is, are they going to be able to consume it? If you're going out there and giving away a book that's got 200 pages, my question is, are they going to be able to consume it?
Okay.
The next part is...
Is that what you mean when you were saying like at a 3rd grade level?
3rd grade level, always speak as though you're on a 3rd grade level, right? So as I was saying that, the butler or whatever he is, what would you call the guy, the room attendant, the guy that was like bringing food in and coffee and all that other stuff, he was also controlling the heat. He was controlling the thermostat, and he came in there and what was, I just had it. He said,
it wasn't hot. It was stifling.
Yeah, he came in here, he goes, it feels a little stifling in here. And I was like, perfect example. What the hell does that mean? It feels a little stifling. No, look, would a 3rd grader understand stifling, guys, yes or no?
No.
So what he should have said, I think it means cold, he should have said it feels a little cold in here. But people try to use words like stifling or I don't know, just words to make them sound more intelligent when you're actually having the opposite effect and somebody's listening to that and they're saying, what did that mean? So instead they're not focusing on what you want them to focus on because they're trying to figure out, what does that mean? You see? Oh, it means hot. Okay, well, see, I didn't know. Why didn't he say, does it feel a little hot in here? I would have understood that, right? But he used the word stifling. So yes, always speak as though you're on a 3rd grade level. And then it's important to use our shock and awe factor, right? So you don't have the headlines I wrote for you?
I do, but they're in my bag at home because I was running late this morning.
Right. So then it's important to use the shock and awe factor. So is there anybody on the call where we went and created some crazy headlines that you can share on the call so that they get an example? I think Sharita had, if you got your mic, I think we came up with some really good headlines for you, didn't we? So what happened, guys, is I literally went around the room. We had about 16 people at this room, and I came up with 3 headlines, 3 things that we're going to reveal on each one of their webinars. We had exercises where we came up with those things, and we had a general foundation that got us started. But then I turned around and met with everybody individually at the last day, and then came up with some amazing headlines. Yeah, Kathy had a really good. Hers were really good. Something about the badass factor. I don't think she's on the call though, because she's around the world. Yeah, there were some really good headlines. So shock and awe factors are exactly like I just said. So I don't know if Scott, you're on the call. Can I put you on the mic real quick? Let's see if Scott has a mic. If you do, can you raise your hand? Scott has some of the best ones, I think. Let me see if he's available. He's self-muted right now. But Scott, if you can type in your headlines, if you can't talk, are you there?
Hello, Chad?
Hey, Scott, what's happening?
How you doing? I'm on the phone. I couldn't get on the computer because I was on the road. So I'm just coming in. How you doing?
Good, man. Do you have your headlines we came up with?
Let me see if I can pull them up real quick because I'm not sure if I can get to them fast enough to make it worth your while. But yeah, Vegas was great, guys. Anybody that was there will tell you it was just fantastic, and Chad was putting it out the entire time. I really want to thank you for that. Let me see. Give me a second here. Let's see if I can pull this document up real quick. I think it's open here.
Call too, so I'm gonna pull in yours too, Naomi. If you can join here in a minute.
If she's ready, you could jump over to her, and I'll have mine up in 2 seconds.
Okay, cool. Let me see if Naomi's got a mic. Do you have a mic, Naomi? Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where's your headlines?
Okay, so the first secret, or one of the good ones, was how I dumped all my dead ass freeloading tire kicking clients has quadrupled my bottom line.
I still laugh when I hear that one.
Mm-hmm. And another one was my simple 1-minute process I use to crush every sales call and increase my closing percentage, blowing my profits through the roof.
Yep. Can you paste those in so I can put them on the screen?
Yes.
And so I wish I could show you guys the process we went through where we started to get to that point. But I don't remember, and a lot of people want to overthink that, and if anything, you just got to ask yourself the right questions, and it usually comes down to results and what your clients want. So here's our first one right here. So secret number 1, my simple 1-minute process I use to crush every sales call and increase my closing percentage, blowing my profits through the roof. That's number 1. Number 2 is, let's see, how dumping all my dead-ass freeloading, tire-kicking clients has quadrupled my bottom line. And then number 3 is, so let me get that here. Yeah, this is the one with the parentheses. And number 3, where'd it go? Sorry. Number 3 is my own internal formula that's going to reveal the secret to boosting your revenue to $250K and beyond, and this is only going to take you 5 minutes. How many people, yes or no, would join this webinar? Type in the chat, let me know. Would you guys be interested in joining that webinar? Yeah, hell yeah. Make sure you post a link. Make sure you post a link, Naomi.
Sure.
Sweet. Thank you so much for sharing. Did you have any light bulb moments or anything at the event?
Oh, I had tons of light bulb moments. Just about simplifying the process, starting with the offer and then your webinar first, like having your sales engine in place first will really motivate you. Even if you haven't went live with your webinar, just having it done and wanting to do it motivates you to want to complete the course. The only thing that I'm struggling with is these titles were really tough to come up with, so I actually tried to do the same process with one of my clients, and I'm just going to keep trying again and again until it becomes easier.
Yeah, and that's about, I don't know if I left anything out of the bullets here, but I mean, that's about the only thing that I can suggest. Like, you just start looking at things and you just start twisting things around until you just get good at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
And one thing that we did, guys, for everybody on the call, is we kept digging further, and we kept digging. So I would ask them a question, and they would give me an answer, and I would say, well, why do they want to have your system? What's it going to do for them? Well, it's going to show them how much money they can make for each client. Okay, well, how long is that going to take? Well, and then they say, well, it's a spreadsheet, so you got to plug in all the members and everything. And I repeat again, how long is it going to take? Well, it could actually be shown real quick. Like, they could do, one whole entire line in like 3 minutes. Ah, okay. So now we have a 3-minute process. Would you say it's complicated or is it easy? Well, it's easy. Oh, okay. Well, now we have an easy 3-minute process that you're going to be able to demonstrate, right? And so we kept digging further and further and further and further until we came up with the answers we needed. And I don't know how to explain it any better. Do you?
No, I don't know. I'm just going to keep practicing it.
Yeah, you just keep practicing it. Start twisting around everything you see. Find a way to make it a headline, and it does get easier. And when it does, you're high in demand. You learned that day, didn't you?
Yes.
You're high in demand when you're able to come up with those headlines on the spot. So cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being there.
Thank you.
All right. So let's come back over here, Scott, really quick. You guys want to hear some more headlines? Type in the chat here, yes or no? You guys want to hear some more? Okay. Let's see if I can find Scott's. It was really good, guys, and this is what we did through the whole entire event. I made sure everybody had headlines before they left. Let's see. I'll wait for Scott to come back on. He might not be able to. Let me see if he sent me any messages. I know he was on his phone. So, okay, there he is. Hey, Scott, what's up?
Hey, Chad, how's it going? I'm back. All right, I got these. Do they want to hear them?
Yes.
Because, I'm okay with them not hearing them if they don't want to hear them.
They're all pumped, man. This group is on fire.
Okay, here's what we came up with. My simple 5-step system to determine whether your invention has amazing Shark Tank potential.
Ah, I remember this one. How you like that one, guys? So he's trying to work with people that want to invent products. So you see what we did? We went with the Shark Tank potential. You like that? Good. Monster response on that one. What's your next one?
Okay. All right, next one. How to stop crazy-ass fools from stealing your multi-million dollar idea. And then in parentheses, I speak from experience.
Guys, look, here's the thing, right? You guys, look at, they're going crazy on that one too. You guys join these webinars all the time. You see the sign-up pages, and what do you see? You see my free traffic system that's going to bring you all the leads from untapped traffic sources, yada, 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 how to rank your videos on the first page of Google. Everybody's doing the same thing, so I want you to repeat that again now that I've said that.
Me repeat that.
Yeah. Repeat the second one.
Yep. How to stop crazy-ass fools from stealing your multi-million dollar idea. I speak from experience.
Bingo. What do we got there? We got the shock and awe factor, don't we? Now, don't you guys just want to tune in this webinar just for the fact that he's out there, he's crazy? Obviously, this is going to be a fun webinar. You guys agree? Yes. Yes. It's just scrolling. I can't even keep up with it. And what's your third one?
Okay, we got the dirty little secrets about patents that nobody knows. This is the reason that most patents never earn a dime but others earn millions.
Ah, the dirty little secrets. They love it. Scott, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being on the call. And remind me, I still got to send you that one template because you're going the appointment route.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Cool. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate it.
You take care. Thanks a lot, Chad.
Okay. All right, guys. So I see some questions coming in. You guys like those headlines? They're good, right? And these were all things that we did at this event. So definitely made it worth being at that event, guys. I think that was probably one of the greatest events I've ever been a part of. Lucky to have been the one to execute it, but yeah, it was a good event. So here's what I want to show you before we go to the questions really quick. I've been working on this sheet, and I've been working on a little bit more since the event. And so I've got two tabs down here for you. So one is a demo. This is what it's going to look like after you do the import. And then one is what it looks like as what you guys have come to know. However, at the event, we came up with this idea, and if somebody has a Vimeo link, will you please post your Vimeo link so I can see what that looks like? Please give me a Vimeo link from your course so I can see the format of Vimeo, because I want to understand if it'll work for Vimeo too. This works perfectly for Amazon S3, which is what we're recommending. But as you can see, I got my key number over here. You guys understand this. I got my lesson name, and my category name is in bold. You guys understand this. I got my category ID over here. You guys understand this. I got my lesson type over here, which this lesson type here is going to be a video lesson. You guys understand this. I got my description here, my lesson description. You understand this. I got my video title, and for me, I just got a formula in there that says pull in my lesson name as a video title. And then over here, I got my video type, which for me, I'm going to use Amazon S3, and I'm about to show you why here in just a minute. Now, what I'm about to show you is going to reveal a lot of the obstacles that you guys have been dealing with, because if you look here, what would you guys say if I told you we found a way to auto-generate your video file so that you can load it inside of EverLesson before you even have the video created? Do you guys understand what you're seeing? So you're going to come up with a bucket name. So in my case, my bucket name is your bucket. It's going to be hosted on Amazon, and we automatically know what the name of your video file is going to be. Do you guys see this? Now, I don't want to get too complicated here, but I came up with this formula here at the top. It's using what's called a concatenate function, and you don't have to mess with the formula at all. All you have to know how to do is copy and paste. And so what this is doing is over here in this column right here, and we could actually even do better than this, but I didn't want to. But instead of pulling in N3, I can have it to where it would pull in your bucket name. So if my bucket name was Chad, I think I did this right. Yes. See, I did it. I did it. So then I don't even have to have this column over here, and I would just copy my formula down, right? So that works too. So if you're good with formulas, you can go and change out N3 to be your actual bucket name, because we know what that is. But if you're not good with formulas, leave it like I had it. So let me see if I can get back to it, if it's going to let me get back to it. Okay, that's how I had it. And so all we would do is we would come over here and we would change our bucket name, right? And I would go ahead and just carry that all the way down. And now you see that we have our links. And so what we're able to do, guys, is we're going to save this as a CSV file. And when we do, we're going to include this column over here. And we're going to include this column. Because if we delete those two columns, like let me delete this one right here to show you, watch your formula over here. Watch. See what just happened? It doesn't know what the name of your video is because we deleted this column. So I got instructions here, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and save this. So you would delete out these here. Okay, so I'll delete these columns. Then we're going to say File, Download as, CSV, and then all we would do is before we put this in EverLesson is we would go ahead and delete out the key, delete out the bucket name, and we can get rid of this garbage here. And guess what? Now we're all ready to go. That's everything we need with EverLesson, and you have the video link there too. How many people, give me some comments here. I need to understand that you guys are understanding this. Do you guys understand this? Yes, Mike says this is perfect. What would be the purpose of knowing that? Well, because now when we put this inside of EverLesson, your videos, you could have 100 different videos here. They're all linked up already. And so all you need to do is drop your videos inside of S3, and then it'll show. It'll show. Like you're done with EverLesson, all you would do is just load all your videos at once into S3, and they're automatically going to show. So now look, all you got to do, guys, this is my challenge for you. All you have to have is 3 weeks worth of content. Like let's put this in perspective, okay? Because I want you guys getting some massive results. Look, if we take everything that I've been teaching you guys, okay, and we actually don't need the categories either, but I think you guys know that. So this is what your course would look like, right? All we need is 3 weeks worth of content. So here's week number 2, and so I come over here, and now I have week number 3. Look, this is all we have to have, guys. Now we have our video file ready. Let's load it into EverLesson. Okay, let's load it into EverLesson. We have 3 weeks worth of content. Forget about EverLesson. Let's focus on the webinar. Let's focus on our offer. Let's see if we can get it to sell. And when we sell it, guess what? We got 3 weeks worth to get started. Is this making sense to you guys? Let me make sure this is making sense. Good. Good. Yeah, so now you'll just go and load this into EverLesson, and all your videos are going to be automatically linked up. Like I've taken the whole entire process of being successful with courses, guys, and flipped it on its head. Completely flipped it on its head. Just systemized the whole thing where all you got to do is focus on the webinar. And so since that's where our focus is, what I want to do is I want you guys to post when you do your webinar. Post when you do your webinar. And look, here's the thing. If you want to do a video, if you want to go live, and if you want to say, like, let me show you mine, right? So I started working on course immersion way before, I don't know if I have it here, but way before I ever did the course. So let me just see, because I'm over here on my main computer, but let me just kind of show you. If you guys want to do this, and if you tag me to it, and if you have patience, here's what I'll do, because I want to make sure that you guys succeed. Well, let's just say that this is my webinar, okay? So if this is my webinar, this is the slides from the masterclass, but if this is my webinar, then shoot a little video, say, okay, here's the things that I'm going to reveal, here's my objections, and then show me your offer and show me your stack, right? Just kind of run through it, record it with Camtasia, say, okay, guys, or do it Facebook Live and say, okay, I'm going to kind of show you my webinar, and I want your guys' feedback, I want Chad's feedback, and then I'll see if I can look for those red flags before you air your webinar. And then what you can do is once you get those fixes, and I'm really good with webinars, guys. I'm one of the top producers for webinars in the business. That's why I've done webinars for all the big guys. They always bring me in to do them because I'm very, very good with webinars, and I know right away when something's not going to work. So I'll review it for you, and I'll say, look, here's where you're struggling with things. Here's where it's wrong. Here's where it's not going to convert. Here's where you're revealing too much. And then once you get those fixes done, let us know. Okay, let us know. Say, here's my webinar, guys. Join in. Get me pumped up. Give me, best wishes, whatever. And then we'll all watch your webinar, and then I'll even critique it some more. And I'll give you guys some ideas, and then we'll learn as a group. Is that fair? Because this is the direction we're going. We need you to sell your courses from the webinar. And that's kind of where we're going with EverLesson 2. So just to kind of show you that we're going as fast as we possibly can. I haven't even seen this yet because I've been tied up at this event, but Karthik went and created a brand new course called EverFunnels, and if I come in here, you'll see that he hasn't built the course yet. So here's the course right here, but if I come over here to this funnel thing, we've got this webinar funnel that we've been working on here, and if I come over here to my registration page, you'll see that we're actually getting ready to mail out this registration page right now. So this was automatically created with EverLesson. So you guys can kind of see the direction we're going, right? So it just makes sense for me to start focusing on making you guys successful with webinars. Okay? Let's see. Beth says, oh, I just saw that you can connect webinar now for the package and not just your autoresponder. Yeah, I think that's been there for a long time, though, Beth. The other thing is, once you get leads coming in on your webinars, guys, you're going to be able to put them into list. And so then your list can go and put them into like other products and stuff like that, right? But I got to get you focused on succeeding with these webinars, right? So there it is at 100%. That's what the actual page looks like. I don't know where it went. Somehow I shut it down. But you guys get the idea. Okay? Let me look at your questions, and then we're going to go ahead and conclude this call because I got another call at 4 o'clock. So if you have any questions, now's the time to ask, and then we'll go ahead and conclude. And we will run this as an encore tonight. So if you were late showing up, we'll run it again as an encore. Let's see, Chad, when we show all products under my product, even ones they don't own yet, what determines the order they are displayed? Can we have one they do access first? We don't have that yet, Beth, but I don't see a big deal why we can't assign priorities to our products. That's fine. We can make that happen. When we opt into a package via free, can we have the user go into the package product if there's only one instead of my products or a default page? I don't exactly understand what you're saying. When we opt into a package via free, can we have the user go into the package product if there's only one? Oh yeah, you can. You can. That's actually an old function inside of EverLesson that's been there for a very long time. So let me see if I could show you really quick. What you would do is you would set it up for them to land on a specific page. So if I go ahead and show you really quick. So what she's saying is once they log in, instead of landing them on my products page where they would see all the different products available, what we would do is we would go into the settings, and this only works if you have one product per membership, but I mean I think that's what you're asking for. You would go into the settings, and I think it's under custom pages. Let me just see here. This was one of the first features we created. I think it's under other settings. And then there's an option, default pages, I think. Let me see if this is it. Yeah. So instead of when they log in, taking on my products page, you could land them on a specific product and then a specific page inside that product. So if you had like a welcome page or a welcome video or something like that. Does that help? Okay, cool. Let's see. If it's just a course to help people get a job, maybe they have no money to purchase the course, how about selling the course to employment agencies? Yeah, get really creative with your thoughts, guys. Rana says, I just did a survey for training course and we'll relay out the content. Using surveys are really powerful. Yes, absolutely, and we have that amazing survey tool that works very well. I remember, and here's the thing, guys, look, we've been focused so much on using survey to get an appointment and stuff like that, but did you know that you can actually deploy those widgets inside your members area and you can ask them just to give you a review, right? Say, tell us how we're doing, they click it, and the survey opens up inside the light box. Okay, let me see what other questions we have, and then we'll conclude. Let's see. You would really be creating a course for your customers, totally focused on your clients' needs. Yes. Just a quick note here from Ray. Okay, we brought Ray on the call. Just for you, Chad, we are working on our offer to create a high-ticket webinar for our $5,000 physical product that we have been selling offline for almost 10 years. We are preparing a case study for you. So let's do this. Let's create a tag called webinar. Let's see, how about this? What can we do? Let's come up with a tag like webinar review, webinar feedback, or something like that. And you guys would shoot a video showing us your webinar and the process, tag me to it, have that hashtag there, and then we'll give you guys some feedback. So yes, Carol, I hope you crush it with that. We need a strong case study. Okay, then we went into headlines. Okay, we're almost to the bottom. Always good to review headlines. Chad, are you going to make these notes available to the group? No, we just do it here on the call. Let's see, add 2 questions at the beginning of the webinar. Sold, I enter again. Okay. Let's see. There is a walkthrough video for reminder. Reminder, I'm not quite sure, Hugh, what you're talking about. This appears to expedite the upload process into EverLesson. Yes, absolutely. Christina says, I love this part, so much easier than when I did it manually for all the other sites I was working on. Yes, we're getting better and better and better. Mark says, oh my God, this is a great hack. Yes, it is. Hugh says, get it started, make sure it can sell, then complete it. Yes, absolutely. Vicky says, when you add the additional lessons, do you just make a new sheet or modify your sheet? Good question. So once you load your lessons into EverLesson, like you do the CSV import, then what you can do, guys, is if you add new lessons, like if you have like 5 new lessons you need to add, you could just come over here and take your sheet with the same format, and you can just import the sheet directly into the course itself. And you can even link it to the categories if you want, right? Cool. Question, I lost sound when you were logging in to show access to webinar video. Where do I find that login information? The best way to find that, guys, is in the Facebook group. Over here on the side. Over here on the side, let me just show you real quick. So if I come over here to the Facebook group, it's called the employee, or it's called the member portal. Over here on the side, you'll see somewhere here, wherever the information is, see here? Log into the membership platform, log into the EverLesson portal. Here's where you sign up for it. Okay? So you can log into EverLesson, you can see everything that we have. All right, let's see, but it's for the membership, not each package, I believe. Not sure what you're talking about. Is there a video on how to create our webinars? The only video we did was in the high ticket masterclass, which is also inside the portal. And that was just the web version of it. It was not the live version. The live event, guys, was just kick-ass. It was amazing. I highly recommend that you guys make it. Okay, but I want my opt-in for package to go into that package. Is it possible? Sure it is. Yeah, when you set your package, you just tell it which autoresponder. So like if these are my packages, if this is my package, all I'm going to do is come over here and I'm going to choose my autoresponder that I want it to go into. So I can put it into go to webinar, right? And then I can also put it into, I can choose my my webinar, and then I can also choose which autoresponder I want to put it into. Like, so your packages can go into your autoresponder, yes. How do you come up with a price for a course short version, not masterclass version? Well, it depends. If you're doing a short ticket offer, then it's probably going to be $67, $97, probably not $197 or over. If you're doing an immersion training, I'm recommending $997. Like I said, we got Jimena's course at $1997 right now. Okay. All right, guys, so here's my challenge for you, just really quick, and then we're going to conclude this call. Okay. My challenge is, let me see if it was on this sheet right here. My challenge is to research your product. That's number one. Create your course outline. You can use Udemy as inspiration. That's number two. Number three, pull your outline into your worksheet, right? And it can even be 2 weeks worth. I don't care. Number four, convert it over to a CSV. Okay? And number 5, work on your webinar. Now, you guys are going to get really excited if you pull in your whole entire course, even though you don't have your videos done. Guess what? Do it. Do it. Just finish your outline and pull it into your course. How many people can do that? How many people can customize their membership and pull their outline into their course? Can you do it? Using the wizard. And now I got videos that are going to walk you through the whole process. Can you do it? Yes or no? I got a wizard video there for every step of the way. Create your course, and now your videos are all linked up, and then focus on the assembly process I've had for doing your videos. Here's the thing. When I was at this event, and I actually helped the members import in their sheet to where they actually had a course, they were like taking pictures of their course, they were sending off to their husband, sending off to their kids. They were so excited to actually get their course online, even though they didn't have any videos done, and they've been trying for over a year. Some people told me I've been trying for over a year. It was a big wake-up moment for them actually being able to see their course inside the membership. It's amazing inspiration for you because you're like, wow, that's my course, right? And you see everything there. Something happens, something clicks, and you start understanding that you're closer than you think. All you got to do is finish the videos. And like Stuart said, if you follow the assembly process, you'll get your videos done in no time at all. You'll save the video as 1-5.mp4, drop them into Amazon S3, and guess what, guys? Your course is done. How many people are going to accept my challenge, yes or no? Literally, if you get your outline done, guys, you can have this challenge done in 2 hours. You can have it done in 2 hours. If you do it, let us know in the group. Let us know in the group. Go live, post screenshots, make a video. I don't care what you do. Share your success with the rest of the group. Okay? Guys, I answered all your questions. Just type in the chat here, yes or no. Did you get a lot of value on this call? Did you get a lot of value on this call? Good. Good, 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 good. Awesome. Awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. I think it's going to be chadnicely.com. Look at this. This is why I love easy links, guys. I think it's going to be Web 1. Web 1. Nope. Let's try this again. Web 2. Nope. How about Web 3? Yes, I think this is it. You guys can go to chadnicely.com/web3 and you can grab, I know, Linda, you knew what it was. I didn't know what it was because I don't have a memory, but I knew I was close. You can grab this sheet right here, guys, Web 3. What I want you to do, matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that real quick just in case somebody screws me up here. I got a new master just in case you dink me here, but this is what you want to do. Go ahead and clone it. Go ahead and clone it. And somebody's saying I already got it. Here's the thing. I added this formula right here. So all you're going to do is come over here and change out your bucket name, and that's all you have to do. It'll pull the formula in, and then just go through here and copy in your outline from Workflowy, and that's it, guys. That's all you have to do. Just bring in your outline, paste it in the sheet here. It'll come up with your video, everything else, and you're off to the races, guys. That's it. That's all you have to do. Easy, right? Easy. Share your success with the group, and let's start reviewing your webinars, guys. Let's review them before you do it. Let's review them after you do it, and I think I can get you to where you're converting on your webinar if you have the right offer. I'm confident, very, very confident of it. Okay? All right, guys. I gotta finish shooting the rest of these videos for this this wizard. I want to make sure that you guys have it all. And hold on, let me see if my sister's on the call. I know she was earlier, but it might have went too long for her. Let me just see really quick. I think she left. She was there earlier, but that's okay. Let me come up with a hashtag. What can the hashtag be? How about if we do go live, or let's see, we'll do webinar live. Webinar live is going to be the hashtag if we're getting ready to air the webinar live, and webinar review is the hashtag if you need somebody to review it. Is that good? Webinar live, webinar review. Okay? And that way we can get you guys some good feedback, and I think you can start crushing it with your offers. Webinar live, webinar review. Perfect. Cool. All right, guys, I got work to do. Go out there and crush it. Stay positive. Keep writing down your goals. Keep saturating yourself with those positive words of affirmation. They will make all the difference in the world. And keep dancing, baby. See you on the next call.